Oh look, what I'm 100% confident of is that it will be the quality and the determination, the excitement and the skill that we saw last Wednesday. And I think anybody who watched that match you can't do anything but be impressed with Origin as a brand, Origin as a product, but Origin is just a kind of a sheer sporting experience. So what I can promise fans is that the atmosphere and the game will be terrific, and a full house here would be absolutely fantastic.
Each year the game seems to get more brutal and there seems to be more injuries that come out of it. Some of the other players before were talking about changing the formatting of it and having 3 straight weeks, having a break, sort of like Super Rugby do when they've got the Australian tests on. Is that something that the NRL would consider?
I think if you look at the game last Wednesday, it was probably one of the most competitive sporting events you'll ever see. But it was played in good spirit. I thought both teams showed immense leadership and skill. And at the end of the day, it's a contact sport, so inevitably there will be injuries. But I think the Origin is the jewel in the crown in many respects, and millions of people watch the game and will continue to watch the game. So I think we'll continue to support our audiences and our crowds, and that they'll enjoy Origin for a long time to come.
So would you ever consider putting the NRL competition on hold for 3 weeks and to play 1, 2, 3 consecutively?
Look, I think people prior to me have considered how you might restructure Origin, but Origin's the format of Origin is incredibly successful and will continue to be successful, and anybody who watched the game last Wednesday will be excited about the second game in a couple of weeks' time, and that's where we're focused on right now. There's been lots of discussion about how you reconfigure or don't reconfigure the season, but Origin's the jewel in the crown. It works. Nothing's ever perfect, but it's pretty good.
Is players' welfare a concern though when they're backing up 2 or 3 days later?
Look, I think the clubs do a very, very good job of that, and at the end of the day, the doctors and the coaches and the people that run the clubs do a terrific job of supporting their players. And I was just talking to a couple of the lads there about how they've gone and their ability to back up, and very clearly that was a decision that was taken in conjunction with the clubs. But the clubs do a good job of player welfare.
Is that also dictated by the television commitments that the NRL has, that they need to have football on the weekends? That's why you couldn't look at putting the competition on hold?
There are no plans whatsoever to consider putting the competition on hold. I think the player welfare question is a fair one, given it's a very significant event and a very significant competition. But as I said, I think the clubs do a really good job of managing player welfare and making sure the players are comfortable to go back on the pitch if there is a game the following weekend. The other thing is we do buy rounds and split rounds, and again there's lots of comments about whether that's the right way to do it, but all of that is about trying to make sure that we fit as best we possibly can what is the jewel in the crown into the season, and I think it works pretty well.
Is there any update on the Brisbane salary cap investigation?
No, nothing since we made the announcement last week that we'll launch an investigation. We'll work with the Broncos and with the Leagues Club, and we'll get to the bottom of it, and it'll be an independent investigation.
Any idea at this stage how long it might take?
It's impossible to estimate in terms of timelines when you're dealing with any investigation, to be honest. So what we'll do is we'll do it thoroughly and properly, and the fans can be assured that it'll be done thoroughly and properly and independently.